Okay, here we are at the completion point for the first milestone of CanisMajor. Here we have our menu with added controls. Hopefully they feel familiar to anyone familiar with first-person shooters. We enter the game, and we are in the attic. Looking around, we see it's dark and head over towards this flashlight. We see the flashlight and finally have a chance to examine the area, and we search some boxes to find nothing. Looking around, we eventually find this door, but we find it's locked. So after examining some more, we head over to the location of this key. Picking up this key, we make our way back to the door, wherein we are greeted with our first staircase. This staircase brings us downstairs into this small landing. Opening the door, we get the first glimpse of the dog. Now I'm going to shut the door so that I don't die to this dog, and in the meantime explain how this dog functions. So the dog uses ray casting to determine if it has line of sight to the player, and if it has a clear line of sight to the player, it will start chasing. Luckily the dog has passed, so I can start making my way through the level. If the dog gets close enough to you, you die, and you will see a defeat screen, to which you will have to restart the game. Upon searching a desk, I find a small ring, and that noise lets us know that the dog is nearby. It's also extremely startling, and will interrupt this video on numerous occasions. Glancing out, seeing the path is right, I'm going to dash over to this office room and shut the door behind me. The light's about to go out, and because we have the shake light, I can recharge it by holding R. Searching this bookcase, I find yet another ring, and this table, I find a key to the balcony door. What? Oh. As we're here, it is worth noting that there are many readable books on the table. For example, this tells us that the children have hidden the artifacts around the house, and we did miss it before, so I'm going to go back to find books like this, which would say a description that would give the player a hint as to where an item in the map might be. So through this method, we're able to combine a lot of story with the actual puzzles of this game. If I'm stuttering, it is because it is actually frightening to run away from that thing. Coming over here, I'm going to make a quick mad dash, running into this room, realizing that I can't make a quick run to the balcony. I think I can open the door. Okay. Here we see our balcony, and we get to show off our skybox, even though the dog is growling even still. We can walk over and read an inscription on the telescope, giving a bit of framing to our game. And we see this pedestal, forming the major puzzle of our first iteration. When you examine the pedestal with no items in your inventory, you will notice an inscription that describes 3 rings and an arrow. Some of the rings that we've found so far are the rings described, and when I press E, I place the largest ring on the pedestal, the smaller ring on the pedestal, and when I examine it a last time, I'll notice the inscription because I do not currently have the items needed for this. So there are one more ring and an arrow to find. The dog is nearby, so I'm going to give a second before opening this door. And it's probably good, so I'm going to run through and, where's the door? Where's the door? Shut. Okay. I know very well that the arrow is hidden in this dresser, and if we go into the master bathroom, we can grab the second ring from the sink. The third ring from the sink. I don't want to die, so I'm going to give it a second, just to make sure we actually complete this video on time. And I'm going to go for it. So, we come over here to our puzzle, where we see the rings rotating, and we add another item, making the arrow, and a last item, giving the all 3 rings. Here we see that we have now spawned a key. Taking this key, we can continue to be terrified as we make our way to the final door that will lead us down the last staircase of this iteration. We're probably good. Oh god. We're probably good. So we are going to run as fast as possible all the way over to... That thing is evil. Here we go. We unlock this door and get stuck in it slightly. Okay, we have this area as a staging ground to go towards the first floor of the mansion. Now, as I mentioned before, getting here can be difficult. Traveling down this last flight of stairs leads you to the victory screen. When pressing continue, we'll get you back to the main menu. That is what we have so far for CanisMajor. Hopefully, as I've demonstrated, this game is both fun, stressful, and a successful attempt at a horror game. That's it for Black and Gold games now, but hopefully the next game will be a nice progression from this.